In a shocking case that has captivated public attention, Lindsay Shiver, former beauty queen and mother of 3 sons, is facing serious allegations of conspiring to murder her husband, ex-NFL player Robert Shiver, in the Bahamas. This incident has drawn widespread interest not only due to the identities of those involved, but also because of the complex and dramatic circumstances surrounding it. According to Bahamian authorities, Lindsay Shiver is accused of plotting with her Bahamian boyfriend, Terrence Bethel, to hire a hitman to kill Robert Shiver. The person allegedly hired to carry out the murder was Farron Newbold Jr. All 3 individuals have been charged by Bahamian police and are awaiting trial. This case unfolds against the backdrop of Lindsay and Robert Shiver's crumbling marriage. The couple was in the midst of a contentious divorce, with multiple instances of police being called to their multi-million-dollar home to intervene in argument. In a bodycam video released to the public, Robert Shiver explains that he and Lindsay are divorcing, but still living in the same house, creating a situation he describes as hell on earth. The situation escalated in July 2023 when police were called to the Shiver home in Thomasville, Georgia. Robert Shiver planned to take the children to the Bahamas on a private plane, while Lindsay wanted to join them, despite having plans to travel with her boyfriend to the U.S. Robert refused to let Lindsay board the plane, arguing that it would be psychologically damaging to children. Notably, it was on this same day that, according to Bahamian authorities, Lindsay and her Bahamian boyfriend allegedly hatched the plan to hire someone to kill Robert. Police uncovered the plot while investigating Terrence Bethel for an unrelated crime and checking his phone. They found messages from Lindsay to Farron Newbold Jr. that included photos of Robert and the text, "Kill him." After being arrested and detained in Nassau in July 2023, Lindsay Shiver was released on $100,000 bail and required to wear an electronic monitoring device. Initially, she was not allowed to leave the Bahamas, but in December 2023, a judge permitted her to return to the U.S. to see her children and live with her parents in Alabama, on the condition she continue wearing the monitoring device and not enter Georgia, where Robert and the children reside. Lindsay's attorney, Owen Wells, has spoken out in defense of his client, stating that she continues to face the legal process with transparency and honesty, and expressing her desire to be reunited with her children. However, the story took another complicated turn when Lindsay recently filed for a protection order against her new 45-year-old boyfriend, Robert Dorsey Love, in Houston County, Alabama, on July 29. She accused Love of attempting to strangle her and suffocate her with a pillow at a home in Dothan, Alabama. Lindsay also claimed that Love had abused her during a previous trip to Florida, but she had not reported the incident to the police. In her request for the protection order, Lindsay wrote that Love had threatened to kill her. Love was arrested on July 31st and charged with strangulation. While there are multiple mugshots of Love's arrest, specific charges he faces or any convictions have not been independently verified. In a discussion about the case, attorney Bob Hilla offered several important observations and analyses. He pointed out that the incident with the new boyfriend, Robert Love, may not be directly related to the Bahamas case, unless Love has information about the murder plot and could be called as a witness. However, Hilla also noted that Lindsay's credibility could be questioned, especially when compared to her previous allegation that Robert Shiver had pushed her, which he denied. Legally, Hilla explained that Bahamian law may not be too different from U.S. law, with jury trials and the government required to prove that there was a credible conspiracy. He also mentioned the possibility of financial motives in this case, particularly when considering the Shivers' financial situation and how Robert's death could affect inheritance matters. An important point Hilla raised was that evidence for the murder conspiracy might be lacking, as all the alleged events occurred on the same day, and there was no evidence of money exchange or preparation to commit the crime. He also remarked that Lindsay dating while facing charges of conspiracy to murder might not be directly relevant to the case, but could influence how a jury perceives her. Hilla also discussed the potential legal consequences if Lindsay is found not guilty or the charges are dismissed. He pointed out that there might not be any legal mechanism to prevent her from reuniting with her children unless there is evidence that she poses a threat to them. This case highlights many complex issues in the legal system, including the challenges of proving conspiracy to murder, the impact of criminal allegations on child custody, and how personal relationships can affect legal proceedings. It's important to remember that Lindsay Shiver is still presumed innocent until proven guilty, and this case is still under investigation. New details may emerge as the case progresses, potentially clarifying or further complicating the situation. Finally, this case also underscores the importance of resolving divorces civilly and seeking professional support when needed, rather than allowing situations to escalate to violence or criminal behavior. It also emphasizes the importance of protecting children in contentious divorces and ensuring that their interests are always prioritized. As the case continues to unfold, it will undoubtedly attract significant public attention and may lead to broader discussions about the criminal justice system, child custody, and the dynamics of toxic relationships. Regardless of the final outcome, this case will serve as a notable example of the complexities of the law and the tragic consequences that can occur when personal relationships become dysfunctional. Lindsay Shiver's trial in the Bahamas is expected to begin in October of this year, and many are waiting to see if justice will be served and the truth revealed. Meanwhile, this story continues to serve as a cautionary tale about the potential consequences of allowing emotions and resentment to dictate one's actions, especially in the context of a turbulent divorce. As the case continues to be investigated and tried, it also raises important questions about how society and the legal system deal with such complex situations. How do we balance protecting the interests of all parties involved while ensuring justice is served? How can we support families going through contentious divorces? And most importantly, how can we protect children from the negative impacts of situations like these? These questions and many others will continue to be raised as Lindsay Shiver's case progresses. Regardless of the final outcome, this case will surely leave a lasting impression on the public memory and may be used as a prime example in discussions about law, ethics, and family relationships for years to come. As the Lindsay Shiver case continues to unfold, it raises a multitude of questions about the nature of relationships, the legal system, and the societal structures that shape our lives. The complexities of this case go far beyond the alleged murder plot, touching on issues of domestic violence, child welfare, international law, and the role of media in high-profile cases. One of the most striking aspects of this case is how it highlights the potential for seemingly picture-perfect lives to harbor dark secrets. Lindsay Shiver, a former beauty queen, and Robert Shiver, an ex-NFL player, appeared to have it all: wealth, status, and a beautiful family. Yet, beneath the surface, their relationship was crumbling, marred by accusations of infidelity, abuse, and ultimately, an alleged murder plot. This stark contrast between public perception and private reality serves as a reminder that appearances can be deceiving, and that even those who seem to have everything can be struggling with profound personal issues. The international aspect of this case adds another layer of complexity. With the alleged crime being plotted in the Bahamas but involving U.S. citizens, raises questions about jurisdiction and the complexities of international law. How will the differences between Bahamas and U.S. legal systems affect the proceedings? Will there be challenges in gathering and presenting evidence across international borders? These questions highlight the increasingly global nature of crime and justice in our interconnected world.